my own self-imposed hardcore mode, and I thought I was recording, but evidently I was not. So I played about 10 minutes not recording. So what I did in that 10 minutes was I was over here at the warehouse and I had the bricks. So I took the bricks over here and delivered them to the farm to finish out the essentials mission. And then I jumped over to, can't get my controller to work right. I jumped over here to the Unlucky Fisherman, and I had brought the Fleet Star, or not the Fleet Star, but the Western Star over with the big crane on it. And in the last episode, I took the Lodestar and I tried to cross here and didn't quite make it. So I used the crane to pull it about 3 feet forward, and then it caught and took off. So it just needed that extra 3 feet. And there were no trees around to winch to. But there is a... Let's see if I can get it up here. Nope. So I think I need to go into maps. Nope, I don't need to go into maps. There we go. So there was an achievement that I let my Xbox go idle, and on the right hand side it will show achievements that you can get. So I saw an achievement. It was problem solving. So it's pull a vehicle from with a broken engine out of the river or out of the water with a crane. So I thought, hey, I'm going to go get that pickup anyway. So let's use this and pull this pickup out, and I'll get that achievement. And unfortunately, the engine was not completely broken. The engine still had 100 out of 150 points on it, so I didn't get the achievement for that. And I was just pulling it out of here. I'm going to take it up here and drop it off. And I'm sitting here talking to myself because I thought I was recording, and saying what my next mission is going to be, because I'm going to send the Lodestar off on something else. Finding the radio tower. And there's another mission where I need to find flags. So the Lodestar is going to go do that. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up to the fisherman's house. And while after I do that, then I'm going to come back to the quarry, because in the last episode I tried to pull that big ramped flatbed trailer out with the 2 cargo containers, and the last possible place I could have flipped it over, I flipped it over. So I left the trailer there. Wasn't sure if I was going to go back for the cargo containers, and since I have this big monster here, I might as well do that. The Western Star should have no issues, even with this big crane on it, of pulling that trailer the rest of the way out once I put the cargo containers back on it. There is a mission about something about fuel, and it says cargo containers, but it does not say what kind of cargo containers. So I'm hoping the 2 cargo containers that I pulled out of there are the ones that the mission will accept, because when you click on the mission, it's telling me I need to go to Island Lake to get the cargo containers. So I'm hoping I can use the 2 cargo containers, and you can see them right there in the distance, if I can get those containers put back on the ramped flatbed. And I should have no issue with that. And I didn't call the mission up. So, Unlucky Fisherman. Well, back down here in automatic. As I was trying to do that, I got the headset cord tangled up in my thumb. Alright, so we'll get this truck back to the fisherman, because there are no other vehicles parked in his driveway and he probably needs his truck back. And I know what it's like going without a vehicle. Hey, and I've been promoted to rank 13. So I think rank 14, I open up some more trucks. I can't afford any other trucks, but I open up some. So that's good, because once I clear the Michigan map here and start selling off all these trailers, because I can't take them with me, then I should have enough money to buy a couple of more vehicles. Yeah, I want to do this. I was thinking, do I want to drive down there or back up down there? But there is... Whoa, come on now. I don't need to flip you. Wow, this crane is really top heavy. Stay. Alright, so the best way to do this would probably be to pull the trailer up a little bit. I think that's what I would do. And then park this where the trailer is. Maybe even go out on those rocks there. That would be the best if I could get out on those rocks. And I'm going to use manual gears so that the brakes work good. Because if you're an automatic and you hit the brakes, that's also your reverse, and sometimes the brakes don't catch very well. You have a little slight delay in the braking. I think because those landing legs go out quite a bit. So let's back up some more. And try to pull forward. Give those landing legs enough space to really spread out. Alright, I think that will work. Okay, it looks pretty good. And let's drag it closer to the crane. I think I'm dragging it on the trailer. Yep. So Y is lift. And we'll spin it around. And lift it up some more. Bring it in. And drop it down. So it should pack from there. Now let's see if I can reach the other one. Let's drop the crane down. And, oh, there it is. And make sure that it does not lift my truck up. And I should have put those ramps down, but I cleared them good. All right. So let's get out of here and restore the crane. Everything looks good. So So let's see if I can get the truck out of here. And get it hooked up without flipping it over. Alright, so we're hooked. So let's see if I can't get this the rest of the way out of here. So I only have just that little bit right there. And if I can get past that, should be okay. Oh, nope. Easy. Back to cargo. Alright, now we're ready to begin. Get that trailer away from the edge a little bit. Don't know if I can build up enough speed to get it in high gear. We will try it. Nope. Yep, lost all my momentum. Sometimes you jump around gears, you can get a little bit of traction. Serpentine, serpentine. And we've got it. Alright, not too bad. Let me look real quick. Where is this mission? Fuel order. Yes, cargo containers 2. It's not showing me. It's got to go to the warehouse way up here. So I actually need to turn this monster around. So let's find us a nice little turnaround. And I can just go across the bridge here and turn around. Problem with that is I'm almost out of gas. But I have a plan. Always got a plan. And that plan is the Kodiak. Because the Kodiak is sitting right here. Yeah, it's only got 30 in it. But that should be enough. And then what I can do is the scout vehicle is actually sitting, the International Scout, sitting here. Whoa, wait a minute. The International Scout is right over there somewhere. And it can go back and get fuel to bring back over here. Alright, so 47 liters, that'll be plenty. I do have a fuel tanker up there. And I may even, when I come back down, my spare fuel I can put back in the Kodiak. It's starting to get a little dark on me. It's a little heavy for this truck. I don't have the most powerful engine in it because I can't get that until I go to Alaska. And I have to finish Michigan before I can go to Alaska. There we go, picking up some speed now. And gonna lose that speed. So for my own hardcore mode, before I moved to Alaska, other than in the beginning of the game when the game made me go to Alaska to show me how to use a map and to jump regions, I'm not allowed to jump regions until I complete the previous one. So I will have to complete all the tasks, all the missions in Michigan before I can move to Alaska. And I'm getting pretty close to being finished with Smithville Dam here. And the next map I'm going to jump over to is Drummond Island. Now I can do, like here in Michigan, considering all of Michigan, you know, it's just one region, so I can jump maps in the region. And I have done that a little bit over on Island Lake. But I want to leave Island Lake to the last map that I finish, because I kind of like Island Lake the most. And this map is kind of a pain in the butt because I also cannot auto load any cargo. All cargo has to be manually loaded. Which means unless I want to drive a vehicle with a crane to each one of those places, and there are 5 that I can load from, unless I want to drive a crane there each and every time, then I have to take 5 vehicles and scatter them out with cranes, which is what the Kodiak was doing there. So when I go there, the Kodiak can load the vehicles. soon as I get up here on some hard road. I forgot to call the mission up, so I need to do that. And that mission was fuel order. Oh, it's locked. Dang it. That's okay, I can get the trailer up here. Where I have another vehicle that once I open up that mission, then I can use it to pull this trailer in the box. And I believe the mission for working for Old Sweat is going to require me to come back up here with a trailer and pick something up. And I know there's a trailer store up here, but part of my hardcore mode is that I can sell trailers, but I cannot buy trailers. I have to use the trailers I find on the map. Once I sell a trailer, I can't buy it back. So just little things to make this more difficult. So as I said before, I'm in my other playthrough. I am almost 3/4 finished with Russian map. And I've found that the missions are just not that challenging anymore. So I needed to do something that would be more challenging. So some of the things that I can't do, I can sell trailers, but I can't buy them. I cannot recover to the garage. Everything has to be driven to the garage. If I get stuck, I run out of gas, I flip a truck, I have to get something else out there to rectify the situation. I have to load all cargo manually. And you will notice it is getting dark on me. I cannot advance time. So if it gets dark, I gotta play it in the dark. I can buy vehicles, but I cannot sell vehicles. Unless I have a duplicate. So on this map, I found another Chevy pickup. I already had a Chevy pickup, so I could sell that Chevy pickup, the one that I found, because I can only keep one of each vehicle. In my other playthrough, when I did this map, when I was doing Michigan here, I actually had 3 Western Stars. One did missions on this map, one did missions on Island Lake, and one did missions on Drummond Island. Because this is my favorite truck in the game. And yes, I know I've got the Tega. I like the Tega in my other playthrough. It's probably my 3rd favorite vehicle in the game. But the Navistar is, that's coming up here pretty close. I'm enjoying driving that. Oh, luckily I've got a maintenance trailer up here too that I pulled up. But that's not much damage. I'll be going downhill going back, so. Okay. Make it wide. So I need to find a place to park this trailer where it's not going to be in my way. Oh, and I should have parked it over there. Matter of fact, I can still park it over there. So this is a free vehicle you can find in the swamp. And really it serves almost no purpose whatsoever on this map anywhere in Michigan, because you can't get all-wheel drive in it and it does not do mud at all. So I decided, since I've got to put vehicles at loading points, that I would just put that one up here. Oh, sorry, dude. Stop. Okay, let's refuel. And now I am full of gas. Take off my handbrake. What am I doing? There we go. Alright, let's see what this next mission entails. So a concrete slab, good, and 2 service spare parts, so that's not bad. So I'm going to accept that, and I'm just going to leave you here. Because I have the Navistar, it's sitting right over here. And that's concrete slab and 2 service spare parts. And I'm delivering them to the quarry. So for those of y'all that do not know what the Navistar is, that is a vehicle that you can buy, but you can't use in-game money. My other playthrough, as I said, I'm 3/4 of the way through finishing the Russian map, and I did not buy the season pass because I wanted to do the game without any OP vehicles. And if you have a season pass, then you get that Russian scout vehicle in the beginning. And I thought you got this one also, but you do not. If you have the season pass, you just get the Russian scout vehicle. And you get that on Black River. So I went ahead and bought the season pass, because I'm almost done with the other playthrough. And don't tell me you're gonna get stuck. Never gotten stuck there. Well, it's stuck now. Okay, so let's detach the trailer. See if I can pull myself out. Nope. Oh, what am I doing? I was getting ready to go get the Fleet Star to pull this out. I don't need to do that. I just need a winch. There we go. But anyway, as I was saying, I went ahead and got the season pass, and I got that little Russian scout vehicle, and I didn't get the nav star, which is this vehicle here. And I did a little research and found out that the nav star is something you have to buy from the store. And when I got my season pass, I don't spend much money on Xbox as far as in-game stuff. So it was $24.99 for the season pass. And I wanted to get it because there would be new maps and new vehicles with the season pass. And I've actually got like $30 worth of cards and put on. So I had some money left over. And the nav star, turns out, is $1.99. And it is the best $1.99 that I've spent in a game. Because this is an awesome vehicle once you start getting it upgraded. So you have to reach, what is it, level 9 before you can get the road tires off of it, or the highway tires, and actually get some all-terrain tires. But once you do that, it's a pretty good vehicle. Alright, so I need 2 service spare parts. And as I said, I cannot auto-load. So everything has to be loaded manually. Which is why I have the trucks that don't do well in the mud, like the GMC here. I've got them scattered around at these loading points to actually do the loading. Wow, I'm acting like I've never used a crane before. And something I meant to do, which I'm going to do at some point, is I meant to, since you can only drop one load at a time, oh, come on. There we go. And sometimes it just does this. When you put the load, it repacks all the crane and everything, so you gotta put your crane back out. But what I was going to do is actually put these cargoes all along here so that I can just reach over and pick them up. And I keep forgetting to do that so that I don't have to do one at a time. I still have to load them one at a time, but I can already have them sitting out here on the dock. Turn back around. That'll work. And stop the engine and change trucks. And don't forget to pack the cargo. Good, they both went up front, which will leave room for the slab in the back. And I've actually found that I like loading the cargo. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt, but I like using the crane, and I'm getting better at the crane. I even went back and played a little Mud Runner a couple of weeks ago, and I sucked at the crane and Mud Runner. And though this is different, I found that I was much better at the crane and Mud Runner. If I'd have thought, I would have put 3 more on here and done the timed event, and just went ahead and taken these over to the farm and dropped them off and earned an extra $3,000. But I didn't think about it. Oh shoot. Something else I didn't think about was filling it with gas. So, Chevy. And get my fuel tanker here that I have that's full. And what I was doing... No, not winch. That's trailer. I ran this fuel tanker about out of gas. And that's another thing, gas. I cannot buy gas from a gas station. Or I can, but if I do, it's going to cost me $3 a gallon. And once I'm going to keep a tally of it, and so far I haven't had to use any. But once I get $11,600 on my tab, then I have to buy a Chevy pickup and leave it parked at the garage, not allowed to touch it. That's money spent. So this tanker was almost empty, and since I can't sell the tanker and then buy it back full, what I was doing was the Twin Star that is good for pretty much nothing that I've found so far. I found a purpose for it. It was in the garage. I would take it out of the garage, drive it over here, put it in a box, and take the fuel out of it and put it in the tanker to fill the tanker up. And then just enter the garage with the twin steer. So I finally found a purpose for the twin steer. And some may call it cheating. I don't, because I figure all of the gas that's in the garage belongs to me. Just like all of the trailers I find on the map that are not mission trailers. So all the maintenance trailers and all the fuel trailers, they belong to me. And their contents belong to me. It would help if I put it in 4-wheel drive. Alright, so stop the engine and refuel. Scout fuel carrier to the nav star. And change trucks. And I've got a full tank of gas now. So when that little scout trailer runs out of gas, I'll just bring it back to the garage and use the twin steer, drive out of the garage, and put fuel in it. Fill it back up. There's my Scout. It is not out of fuel, but the fuel tanks on the top are. That's pretty much all I use that International Scout for. I hate driving it. I hate the fact that it just tips so easy. I just use it as a rolling gas tank for the fuel on top. I still wish they would get rid of some of this smoke. That's just too much smoke. Makes it hard to drive. Whoa. I forgot about you. So, I'm going to have to split my gas. That should be enough. And then change trucks. For a second there, I forgot what I was doing. And there is no backing this back up there. So the reason this has a trailer on it is because you cannot put the crane and a flatbed on this truck. And without a flatbed on the truck, you cannot call up a load to manually load. Before I do that, let's get you back up out of this mud. Stop it and change trucks. So I had that trailer on the back there because with the trailer on the back, then I could call up a load. And I got to thinking a couple of episodes ago, I really don't need that. Because when I come over here with a truck to be loaded up, it can actually call the load up. So I want to try that. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a moment. I can see through all this smoke. And let's go get our Kodiak back. Put it back in place. The Kodiak will come into its own when I get to Alaska and get all the upgrades. Because it does handle really well in ice once it's fully upgraded. So let's activate my anchors. Go into crane mode. And I'm going to pick that up and move it out of the way. So normally I could get out of here and I would, since I'm in the box, I would have an X to load cargo. But since you can't load cargo on this truck, it has no bed, it does not give me the X. That's why the trailer was hooked to the back of it, because then I get the X. But what I want to try is the Navstar can take on cargo. So can the Navstar actually call up manual loading? And that should be good enough. And it can. Okay, so the Navstar can call it up, and then I can shut it down. I'm still figuring out some of the things with this game. So now I can load that onto the back of there. Make sure that my landing legs are still deployed, and they are. This is a heavy load. And I'm going to have to take it up a little bit high. Swing it out, swing it back. Take it up higher. Clear that stuff. And let's see if I can lift it. Nope, I need to lower it. Because right now it's hitting on the crane. So let's drop it down a little bit. Try to extend out some. And now it's not hitting the crane, but it's hitting the other cargo. Raise it up. Spin it around. And I want to go a little further than what I need. There we go. Simple as that. Stop my engine, change trucks, unpack, so that I can pack them all, and ready to run. Simple, simple, simple once you get the hang of it. Not so simple when you're trying to get the hang of it. Excuse me. It's one of the things I don't like about the Russian vehicles. There's so much smoke that comes out of them, you can't put stacks on them. If you can, you have to run the standard exhaust, which is the exhaust comes out of the side under it, or you can't see where you're going. So I'm a little worried if this truck is going to be able to make it over there through all the mud. So we're going to find out. And if it has issues, I have the Fleet Star almost fully upgraded with mud tires sitting over here at the farm. Specifically because it is almost fully upgraded and it has no issues getting through here. One of my other trucks has an issue, Fleet Star can pull it through. Me personally, I like pulling the big trailers. It's just a personal preference. And if the Fleet Star could do that, I would use it a lot more. But where it has such a long frame and the low saddle sits so far forward, it's just a real pain in the butt to try to pull a trailer. You can only pull it on level ground. Don't want to load. Oh crap. That's what I get for talking. This goes to the quarry. So not the first time I've done something like this. Came all this way for nothing. I knew that something just didn't seem right, but I could not put my finger on it until it wouldn't let me unload. Then it dawned on me. So anyway, I was talking earlier about vehicles you can get. I did get the Russian scout vehicle, and I really don't care for it. It's just for me it's a pain in the butt to drive, because you go for 30 yards and then all of a sudden it takes off to the left, it takes off to the right. You can't control it at speed at all. So I actually find that I rarely ever use that vehicle. I tried using it in the beginning and it's just not, to me it's just not a good scout. Now it handles mud good, and it also does off-road pretty good. But with the 10-gallon fuel tank and no way to pull a fuel trailer, no way to pull any trailer, I'd rather have put a Ford pickup in the game here. Let me play with that. So I know I'm going to go over a little bit on my video, but I'm going to do something really stupid just to see if I can do it. I might regret it, but I'm going to try it. And if I make it, it'll be a good ending to the video. And if I don't make it, it'll be a good ending to the video. Oh, shit. Alright, so it looks like I'll try it in the next video. Right now I've got to go up and get the crane and come back down here and get this righted and everything repacked. So if you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't like it, let me know why you didn't like it. And let me know what I did well. Let me know what I can improve on. I'm all about improving the quality of the gameplay and the quality of the videos. I can only do so much because I have a cheap Walmart computer. But I am trying, so let me know how I'm doing. And I will get this down to the bottom of the hill, and we will pick this up in the next episode. And I will go ahead and flip everything back over and reload it, and then we'll try that stupid thing I was talking about. So until then, have a good one.